Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Naz Porter. Today we're going to be installing a LED retrofit kit. I did a video on this maybe several months back, but I think I'll do another one. That's the part number. You probably look that part up and find it, or find something similar. So when these ballasts go bad, they don't make any more round CFL lights, compact fluorescent lights, whatever you want to call them, anymore. And if you do find them, I mean, they're very scarce. So if you could find one that fits this plug, you're doing pretty good. You could find them, but it's not worth the headache. But then you got to find the ballast to replace that. So now you have the retrofit kit. This kit, I'll open it up so you can see what it has inside. Take this once you slide it out of the pack, do this one-handed. So you have these little connectors. So we're not going to use those connectors. We're going to use some wire nuts. But if you had solid wire, it'll work better. Stranded wire is a little difficult with that. This is the kit right here. You open it up. So I can take this out. It has like a little driver. So it has the driver with the magnets. This has magnets. There's one magnet there, a magnet, and a magnet. When you flip it over, here's the LEDs. So I'm gonna put this to the side now, and I'm gonna disconnect this and install the new one. So first thing, I already took the cover apart, which is all good. The second thing is you want to make sure there's no power going up there. So I did that by shutting off the switch. So let me see if I can set up this little tripod here. How am I going to do this? Would I get that angle up that high? Maybe if I go this way I can do it. I have to re-angle it. So now you kind of see what I'm doing up there, I guess. Probably zooming in a little bit so you can kind of get a little. Well, I can't zoom in too. Well, can't do that. How about this? Nope. Okay, I think that's good enough. So I'm gonna go up there, disconnect this one, put the new one in. Pretty simple. Always take your time. You're not in a rush. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this wire because I don't need this wire anymore. So I'm going to cut that off. That's only going to be in the way. So I get my side cutters. Just get a nice close flush to the end. Right there. So nice and flush and snip. Just like that. Now it's flush off. Now I probably got to reposition the camera so you can see the other side what I'm doing. So I come around here, you can see a wire right up in there that I'm going to snip. So you got to be careful to snip it from the right side, because if you cut it from this side, you're cutting too close to this. You have no play space. So you want to snip it from the base up here. That's why I got my snips. Come up nice and close. Little space in there. Right about in there. The snip. Let's get there from this side too. So now that's separated now. Pick off this little sleeve. I don't need that anymore. Now, if you got wire strippers, you're going to strip these two wires back. Just enough so you can pigtail it. So, I say about that much right there. Do the other one the same way. kind of pinching the insulation, but not the wire. Okay, and I'm careful to pull this wire so I don't pull it out of this harness, because if I take this apart, there's a plug in here. So if I pull it too hard, I'm pulling it out of that plug. In order for me to get that back together, I gotta take this whole thing apart, plug it back in, and put it back together. So I'm trying to avoid doing all that. It has came out before if you pull it too hard. All it is one of those slip plugs. So now you got these two right where you want it at. I'll go get my retrofit kit over here. And I'm gonna find out exactly where I want to put it at before I start the wires. So typically what I do, let me put this down here, I don't need that. I put that driver up top so it's not in the way of the LEDs down here, and I'll show you how I do it. I kind of feed it through something like this. Hold on 1 second, let me get these wires all untangled. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do it this way. So feed this up, but before I do that, always take these bad boys off. Those are gonna get in your way. A lot of times I've done these taking the whole head down, but I'm trying to do it without taking the head off. And sometimes you run into problems getting dismantling these. Sometimes the screw doesn't move or it spins around. And it's windy out today too, just so you guys know. You hear that wind? Up to 58 miles an hour. I should be doing this with, take that pliers down, because that pliers in my hand is not going to help. So I'm just going to take these little clips off, because these clips are, the only purpose of these clips is to hold the light bulb in place. But since we're not using that light bulb anymore, I'm going to take these down. Careful to just put this stuff, take your time and put the stuff. Never know, I always throw this in a scrap box, because you never know, you might need these things for something else. Most important thing is you take your time. You're not in a rush. Okay. Not bad for a guy that don't know what he's doing, right? Now, once I get these clips off, now I can put my driver up there. So I'm going to need that space. And same way I was doing it, kind of slide this around the chain and everything up like this. It's like that. I put my driver up top, up there. And once I get my driver up there, just find a spot for those lights to kind of set. Now these wires I'm going to drop down and then behind the light, because I don't want it to go over the front of the light, so I'm coming behind the light like this. like that. So nothing's actually crossing the front of the light. Everything's behind the light. And this is a magnet, so this ain't gonna fall. It's gonna stay right up there wherever you leave it at. Some people drill a hole, but then that means you're gonna unplug this and do that. You don't have to screw it down. This is the magnet, like I said. It's not going anywhere. I have yet to see any of those fall off yet. Black and white, black and white. It's pretty straightforward. White goes to white. Grab the two wires. Put them, make sure they're nice and even together. Give them like a little twist. Now you can put the wire net on there. You should have wire net snugged all the way up. Just like that. Same thing with the black wire. Get your second wire nut. Same exact thing. These two wires nice and close together. Make sure that they're about the same length even. You're just going to give it a twist now. And once you got it a twist, you're going to put your wire nut on there. Just kind of spin it until it's nice and snug. Some people put electrical tape. You don't need to put electrical tape. As long as you don't see any strands, this is not copper, but as long as you don't see any strand coming out of there, you'll see all you want to see is insulation. And that should be good enough. Now the next thing is turn it on and make sure it works. So I'm gonna hit the switch, hit the pull chain, there we go. So now you know it's working. You installed it. Now I gotta put the cover on it. Yeah, might as well put the cover on here. Let's do that. Let's put the cover on. Most importantly with these ones, because you got two holes. The middle hole goes right in the middle, like there. And you find the second one right there. Kind of line it up with the hole above it, so it's not crossing the chain. Where you just gotta take your time and not rush, you know. Make sure you put the threads on the right way. Turn it all the way up. So now, I'm just gonna snug this up so it doesn't move. Just gonna give it a, as long as my hole is lined up straight where it is, I'm just going to give this a little snug so it, don't want to tighten it too much because then you end up cracking the glass. So as long as that's snug where it's not, because sometimes this thing will spin and it'll pinch this wire, so when you pull it, you can't pull the chain. Very poor design, but I come back and have to repair a lot of those because of that reason. Next thing, I'm going to put the little scutcheon on there. Same process. Feed it to the big hole first. And come to the small hole straight up like that. If I'm making it look too easy, it's because I do a lot of these every day. Or every other day, or whatever happens. Whatever it calls for. Make sure that hole lines up. Because if it's like that, it's no good. It has to be right there. A lot of times we're coming up and people got the wire and the chain and thing pulled around the other way, and it's kind of crazy, but it happens. Now you can turn your light back on if you want. Make sure it's working, and yes, it is. And so when the tenant comes back home, they are gonna have a working light. What do you think, guys? Think you can do this yourself? It should be pretty easy. It's no rocket scientist. No, there's nothing difficult about this at all. Pretty sure you just put your mind to it, you can do it. And it saves you a whole lot of money trying to buy a new ballast or replace the fan just because of that. It's just a matter of, see that? Nice and easy. Now I can shut the light off, put my ladder away. I come up with very minimum tools. I don't bring a lot of tools with me. Just the tools that I need to do the job. And that's it. We just installed this LED retrofit kit. I believe it's the same part number as the last one. You could buy these. This particular one comes from HD Supply, but I think if you get that same part number, you probably can find it on Amazon. Any electrical outlet should be able to carry those. Till next time, guys. Catch you guys on the next one.